Happy Jubilee Year, and thank you for joining us on this pilgrimage of hope. We have been preparing for this holy year for a few months now through this TV series. We started off when we heard from Father Don about the importance and the significance of the Holy Door and the graces and abundant blessings available to us if we pilgrimage to the sacred sites. So now that the year is kicked off, and if you've been following, the sacred sites have been open, we want to keep you connected and informed with everything that's happening in our archdiocese. And so in this series, we're going to talk about communications. In the Archdiocese of Port of Spain, communications falls under CAMCEL. So I'm the general manager of CAMCEL, and it stands for Catholic Media Services Limited. And you might know about us because I'm sure you've seen Catholic news in your parish pews for many years now. It's 133 years old, that paper. But CAMCEL is also responsible for all the communications in the Archdiocese, which extends beyond the Catholic news to the digital platforms that we manage through the media relations and through all the other engagements that we do with the stakeholders in our Archdiocese. So today, I have with me Renee Smith. Renee, thank you for joining.
Happy to be here.
Renee is really our team lead for communications. So I'm going to let her talk a little bit about how CAMCEL is really inviting everyone in the Archdiocese to journey with us and how we are involved with the communications for Jubilee.
So Jubilee is such an exciting time. So much is happening. So much information is coming at us. And CAMCEL is really responsible for kind of channeling all the information to everyone in the pews, outside of the pews, to the clergy, and so many other stakeholders involved in the year. So we have quite a few channels that we have existing right now that represents the Archdiocese. One of the main hubs is our catholictt.org website. And that website really has a lot of information, really telling you what is Jubilee, why are we participating in the Jubilee year, how the parishes can get involved, how you can go on pilgrimages with your families, which by yourself as an individual, and all the excitement around Jubilee year, locally, regionally, and even internationally, right? So catholictt.org, you simply go to your browser, Google Chrome, Safari, type it in, and you'll get the information.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So you're going to walk us through the website, Renee, and let us take a little look at everything that's on there?
Yes, so CAMCEL has prepared a video to walk you through the website.
Great.
To catholictt.org, your go-to destination for finding information for all things Jubilee 2025 in the Archdiocese of Port of Spain. Join me on this quick tour to help you navigate with ease. Here on our homepage, you'll find our Jubilee 2025 landing page. Scroll down to explore our featured content. Looking for something specific, like our sacred sites or YouTube videos, you can easily find these on this page. You can also search using our search bar to find what you need. Want to dive deeper? Let's check out the Jubilee 2025 social media accounts. Find Jubilee 2025 Trinidad and Tobago on Facebook. See information and content from others involved in Jubilee year, like Archbishop Jason Gordon, the Catholic News, and parishes. The Instagram page offers similar content, equally vibrant and engaging.
Okay, thanks for that. That was really great because I know everybody really wants to know what's happening for the Jubilee, and we really try our best to put all the information we can up on the site and on our social media. So we really need everybody to know where they can go to access it.
Precisely.
Yeah. So is there anything else you wanted to share on the communications efforts, Renee, that we'll be doing? Are there newsletters that people could sign on to, anything like that?
Yes. So I want to mention our monthly newsletter.
Right.
So persons who would have subscribed already, whether you subscribe when we used to register for Mass or any other platform that you were able to subscribe, you're getting direct emails telling you about Jubilee year, all the activities and events that are coming up. If you want to subscribe to the newsletter now, you just go to catholictt.org.
Don't forget that.
And there's a subscription button there to subscribe to the newsletter.
Okay, and is this newsletter shareable? Because even if we subscribe, I really think we should encourage everyone to share.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So there's a share button at the end of the newsletter when you view it in your email, and you can forward to a friend.
Okay. So we have website, we have social media, we have newsletter, we have Catholic news, and then if y'all don't know, we also have Altos, which is Catholic news on TV here, broadcast here on Trinity TV. So we have a lot of channels for people to really find out what's going on with the Jubilee, and we really want to encourage everybody to just lock in. It's really once every 25 years, and it's really an exciting time.
Oh, yeah. So what we're looking forward to is the involvement of the parishes and their media teams and what they've been doing on the ground and, you know, sharing the good news, making sure it's a time of reconciliation and hope, you know, crafting these messages to really get to the people on the ground.
Okay. So for those viewers who may not be familiar, because they may not be involved in their parish or in their media team, what is a parish media team?
So essentially, the parish media team is a small group of persons who are really passionate about communications and really want to share what's been going on in their parish or their community and sharing the good news and sharing information within the Archdiocese to everyone. Okay. So it's not just within their small circle, but whoever is tapped into their community.
And have we seen, because I know CAMSEL has been working with media teams from the inception, what has been the evolution of media teams in the last few years? In particular, I'm sure COVID would have done a little something to help catapult communications online and so on. What has been the evolution, and where are we at now with media teams in terms of how they're functioning? Do we have media teams in all parishes? Are we encouraging people to join? Where are we at with media teams?
So that's quite a few things to answer there. So I'll start with that. Communication is so fluid, and the technology is so fluid now. So before, we just had the Catholic news for quite some time, and that was our communication channel to find out information. But now with the evolution of social media, with the evolution of tech, parishes now have the resources to actually go out, to film, to share creative stories, to really invigorate that religious imagination. So it has really grown since then, and because a lot of young people are involved, they're encouraging others like themselves to be part of the team, right? So it really has grown in the last decade, I would say.
That's really exciting. I think we're going to watch a few clips now,
Yes.
and that I think will also, for those viewers who may not be on social media, to get a little glimpse of what Renee is speaking about when she's talking about the creation of using your religious imagination to spread the word about Jubilee, and let's take a look at what some of our media teams have been up to.
Every 25 years, the Catholic Church calls us to a unique and sacred celebration, a Jubilee. But what is a Jubilee, and why is it so special?
The Jubilee year is a time of grace renewal and spiritual growth for the entire church. Its origins come from the Old Testament, where God instructed the Israelites to celebrate a year of rest, forgiveness, and restoration every 50 years. For us Catholics, it's a period to experience God's mercy in extraordinary ways.
The Catholic Church celebrated its first Jubilee in 1300, and since then has been celebrated as a time to develop your faith, strengthen your relationship with God, and come together as one global family.
This year, 2025, we are celebrating a Jubilee year with the theme Pilgrims of Hope. This theme reminds us that even in a world filled with challenges, we are called to be bearers of hope, rooted in Christ's love and mercy.
As we prepare for Jubilee 2025, let us embrace this opportunity to deepen our faith and strengthen our relationship with God by becoming pilgrims of hope. Together, we can make this holy year a transformative one.
Welcome to Jubilee 2025, a time of renewal, grace, and transformation. Rooted in our biblical tradition, the Jubilee invites us to reconnect with each other, God, and creation.
This Jubilee, proclaimed by Pope Francis, is a call to embark on your spiritual journey. As we walk across these sacred sites like La Divina Pastora in Siparia, we open our hearts to conviction and grace. To guide you on this journey, the Jubilee Pilgrimage Passports allows you to collect stamps from across sacred sites in the Archdiocese of Port of Spain. This is a tangible reminder of our spiritual walk and faith journey.
Join us and experience the holiness of Jubilee 2025, embracing mercy, renewal in Christ, and love and joy on this spiritual journey.
And the new action has to start with you and me as pilgrims of hope. It has to start here. Let's be real. What I'm asking you will require an extreme unction of grace. Because it goes against the very fabric of the culture that we have built over the last 50 years. But we can't come to a new place unless there's a new action. And the new action has to start with you and me as pilgrims of hope. It has to start here. It has to start here. We are pilgrims of hope. And we have to peddle hope in this nation, in our family, and all around us. As we enter into this Jubilee year, brothers and sisters, there should be great excitement in our hearts. Great anticipation for what God is going to do. But the only way forward from where we are right now is, and Einstein said it, you can't solve a problem at the same level at which the problem was created.
So, Catherine, I think we had some really great contributions from the parish media teams.
I know, I find it lovely.
And they do such amazing work, and I think, like we were saying before, they have evolved so much from what communications was. And, you know, I look forward to seeing what the year will unfold for our parish media teams. I want to take some time to highlight who we just saw on screen. So, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, Capri Chima, St. John the Baptist in St. Augustine, which is a community under Our Lady of Fatima in Kirab, and St. Francis of Assisi in Sangre Grande. Now, Council doesn't like to show favoritism to our media teams because everybody does such great work, but we'd like to highlight one particular parish media team, St. Francis of Assisi in Sangre Grande, who we have worked closely with over the past few years. And Christian, who is the lead of that team, he really has grown himself in terms of the work that he does. He has his own business, and he really does try to contribute to the Archdiocese in any way he can in terms of media and communications. So Christian recently, him and his team recently worked with us on Parish Beat, you remember?
Yes, yes, I remember that.
So the Parish Beat was a project that we had where we visited different parishes, really get into the core of what the parish contributed to their community. We really enjoyed it, and Christian has something to share with us.
Oh, great. Let's see that then.
The St. Francis Communications Ministry. During liturgies at St. Francis Church, you may notice persons with video cameras, and other devices live streaming our liturgies at St. Francis Church and taking out photos during Masses. These are members of the St. Francis Communications Ministry, a new ministry that was conceptualized in the year 2011.
Good day, I'm Christian Lucas, Director and Administrator of St. Francis Communications Ministry. How the Communications Ministry started. So originally I was an altar server back in 2012, around there, and around that time I got a camera, and I decided that, well, I have this camera here, I might as well bring it in church to record. And through the recordings from those masses, special masses and stuff, I used to, review it in terms of seeing the mistakes that altar servers made within a mass so that they could better improve themselves. From there, I realized this footage is more important and you could put it to good use. So I approached the then parish priest, Father Derek Anton, and asked him, if we could create a social media presence, Facebook and YouTube at the time. And from there, I got permission and those pages were created. In 2016, Facebook launched their live streaming presence. So I decided that we should probably start a live stream masses since we have a big presence of parishioners outside of Trinidad and Tobago. So 2016, August the 31st, we live streamed our first mass. That was Father Derek Anton's farewell mass in the parish. And the stream didn't last long. The stream lasted for about 30 minutes and cut off. I don't know why. But after that, we live streamed our harvest in 2016 and then other big masses. Around the time of 2017, Father Raymond Francis, when he was here, he launched Evangelization Month. So I decided that we will probably live stream masses within that period, which was during Lent. So we live stream masses during Lent. And then it continued into Easter, and then the parish office started to receive positive comments from persons abroad stating that they enjoy the live stream masses, we should probably continue it. So one of the assistant parish secretaries at the time, Racine Ramnat, suggested that Christian should probably live stream all the masses. I say, yeah, I think so. Since 2017 to now, we live stream all masses in St. Francis, including during the pandemic and all times throughout. One of the main reasons in terms of starting the live streaming presence is because, we have a lot of viewers from outside of Trinidad and Tobago, and they wanted to connect to, their home parish, St. Francis, because they know persons here, they know persons from the choir, and they like hearing them, so they would like to participate in our masses. So when we started live streaming, we began on a Samsung phone, my Samsung phone, and we used that for about 2 years. Then I got a new phone, we started using that. And then one of the parishioners in the parish decided that they had a zeal to donate towards the communications ministry, and they donated, and through that donation we were able to upgrade our equipment. And we started using actual cameras, a better computer and stuff. From there we started to upgrade and stuff. Then we started to do stuff for outside the parish, so like Franciscan House of Prayer, Day of Empowerment, as well as some other stuff. At the time of the pandemic, we already had our online presence. We were the first parish in the Archdiocese of Port of Spain to be live streaming masses and stuff. So at the time of when the pandemic started, we were one of the very, very few parishes that had a presence in the early stages of the pandemic to be live streaming masses and stuff. Throughout that time, being in church while, it's basically Father, some members of the choir, and persons behind the scenes like me, it was really an eye-opening experience to know that, to see in the persons who viewing online, so let's say the various parishioners and stuff, because you could see who's online. The amount of persons that viewed those masses throughout that time were a lot, like plus 300 viewers. And then over time, throughout that week, we'd have over 3,000, sometimes 5,000 views. From there, we were approached by one of the funeral homes in Grande, asking that if we could provide live streaming services. And so from there, we got permission from the parish priest to do outside ministry in terms of live streaming funerals and different events. So that's how we began doing ministry outside of the church. And through that ministry, we were able to, provide a stipend to those who involved in that ministry in terms of going out of the parish and providing their time and talent. Being in communications ministry is something that I really enjoy. It allowed me in different opportunities. So being in the communications ministry afforded me a lot of opportunities in terms of the media industry within Trinidad and Tobago. The Archdiocese of Port of Spain, CAMSEL, Catholic Media Services Limited, we were approached by them to produce different video series throughout 2019 to now. So we have the Parish Week going on, which is a a series of highlighting different parishes from Sister Therese's book, Parish Beat. And also we did stuff for Archdiocesan Family Life Commission, where we did different series for them over the pandemic. In the beginning of the communications ministry, we had different persons involved, such as Bradley Jagger, Ricardo Hierman, both of which were instrumental in the early stages to get stuff in terms of the technology down pack and stuff. Throughout that time, we had a number of persons that passed through the ministry and moved on in life, and we really thank them for their service towards this ministry to get it to where this place is today. Brothers and sisters, we encourage you to like, follow, and subscribe to our various platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We began trying some new things in terms of how best we can promote the gospel and the message of Jesus Christ throughout all the various platforms. So we encourage you to get involved.
Okay, that was impressive. I'm so glad that they were able to really document their work as well, because it's so beneficial for all of us in the Archdiocese and for media teams to kind of see the process of evolving into that level. Now, I just want to point out, because we saw some clips before, now Grande might be at a place where they have, evolved into having equipment and a different level of support from people in their parish and so on. But the clips that we saw before, I'm sure they were not as sophisticated in terms of what they had in their equipment and so on to contribute, right, Renee? Tell me a little bit about what do they need to just get off the ground.
I mean, if you're just willing to just start in your parishes when it comes to media and communications, once you have a smartphone device, you can film and try different angles and make sure you get that good lighting, so that you can create really beautiful pieces to post online.
Yeah, so it's really just, we don't think we have to jump in with a lot of investment. We could just get in with what we have.
Correct.
Well,
I think it takes a lot of commitment, is really, so don't be too fussed about the tech, but once you're committed to start and get that group formed, I think you're on your right track. I think they'll be on your right
and pull in some young people, they know to use this thing just better than anybody. And actually we have a little project that we want to invite parish media teams to be part of with us in this Jubilee year. The clips that we would have seen earlier are what we call short form content, right? So we want to encourage media teams on behalf of their parishes to create Jubilee themed short reel content and submit it, because on June the 1st we have World Communications Day. And we're going to do like a little competition, who has the most, we haven't, we're going to post up on the Jubilee Communicators Facebook group, which you will find on the Catholic TT Facebook page, details about this, and we'll be sending it out directly to the parish media teams and parishes so that everybody knows how to get involved. But just, to stir up the creativity that's in the Archdiocese, in your parishes, it is Jubilee year, lots is going on, and we want that to be the buzz and to come through, not just to stay in a parish, but just to be shared. So I don't know if there's anything else we can say about that. The award will be a Lumen Award, which is an award that used to be given by CAMSEL some years ago, but we're changing it a bit. Nice. This is really specific for the parish teams, and we really want to, use this opportunity of the Jubilee to get everybody back, working with us and sharing with us, and as we share with you all as well, Yeah. Renee, can CAMSEL support in any way in getting these teams? How does CAMSEL support in getting these teams off the ground and skilling them up a little bit if there are any new teams out there that want to get together?
I think the first step is to check us on our social media, reach out to us, because that is the only way we can try to give the support wherever it may need. So reach out to CAMSEL. We have a lot of channels that you can reach out to us. So get on that.
Right, and so therefore, any advice you need, any kind of one-on-ones, we set that up with the parish teams, and we really want to help get these teams, flourishing in your parishes, and it really helps to build a very strong network. I mean, Trinidad's small, we're supposed to be able to hear what's happening no matter where you are, but you'd be surprised how communications can slip through the gaps if we're not intentional about it. So really and truly, it's an opportunity for us to connect a little more deeply with our teams and with the broader Archdiocese. So, well, Renee, I mean, I don't know what else can we share about media teams in the Jubilee year as we go forward, because I know we have a little more time, And we spoke about the social media channels. Is there a specific social media for the Jubilee? I know might have been mentioned in the
Yes.
earlier thing. Do we want to reiterate any of these platforms?
Yes. So the Jubilee information will be shared on Jubilee 2025 Trinidad and Tobago, both on Facebook and on Instagram. We also have Catholic TT on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which represents the Archdiocese of Port of Spain. We have our Trinity TV social media platforms as well. Many of you would have seen the live stream of the openings of the sacred sites, other information from His Grace, Archbishop Jason Gordon. So a lot is happening on the social media front.
Okay. So
And it's about just downloading those apps and going online, staying in tune to what's happening.
and what are the tools we have on the website for the media team specifically? What do we have? Because I know.
Right, so CAMSEL recently created a media kit that is
great.
open to the public, that you can access logos, graphics, guidelines in terms of creating content for your different platforms.
Okay, and that is accessible on the Catholic TT website.
Correct.
So the banner pops up, you'll see Jubilee, get in there and explore all the little links that are in there, because there are
lots of
tools and
resources.
resources. And if you have any suggestions as media teams, what's going to help you in your parish to help, get the communication out, definitely, reach out to the team again. We can continue to add based on the advice that we get, Yeah, I mean, it's a very exciting time. I mean, Jubilee, like I said, is once every 25 years. It's Jubilee of Hope, which I feel, we all feel we need right now. So we look forward to all the graces. We look forward to everything. Renee, just leave us off with where we can find everything again one more time. Let's reiterate that and make sure that everybody keeps in touch.
Right, so the first thing you remember, our hub, catholictt.org, for all things Jubilee 2025. We also have Jubilee 2025 available on Instagram and Facebook, and all the Catholic TT and Trinity TV platforms for all the information.
Great. And tag us?
Yeah, you can tag us at jubilee.tt, tag us at Catholic TT, and use the hashtag JubileeTT.
Excellent. Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and look out for another episode of this to keep you informed and keep you in the loop with all things Jubilee. Thank you.
If you can raise your eyes to the horizons of renewal and restoration, if you can open your ears to the voice of the Beloved who calls you to hope and not despair, if you can reach out and forgive, heal and restore in spite of the hurt and darkness, then you will realize a jubilee of hope and restoration for our world. And you would have made a journey of hope. Come, join us in this pilgrimage of hope as it becomes a reality in the life of the church. And truly, it will be a jubilee to celebrate.